Bonjour mes gourmands, as previously announced, this week we're making Vietnamese braised pork, which I think originates from the Chinese braised pork dish, also known as 紅燒肉. Of course, this dish has a little Vietnamese twist in it, which is why it still tastes different from the Chinese-style braised pork dish. If you're interested in the Chinese recipe, then let me know in the comments down below and I'll be glad to show you how that is made too. While this dish, like so many other dishes I have and will show you, is very simple to make, it still has a very rich and invigorating flavor to it. I especially love the boiled eggs, which have absorbed all the lovely flavors and which taste like heaven. I could even just enjoy the rice with the eggs and the sauce. So before I start drooling over thinking about it, let's see how it's made. For this recipe you'll need 1 kg of pork shoulder, half a head of garlic, 100 ml of fish sauce, 100 grams of granulated sugar, 5 cooked and peeled eggs, and some caramel, food color or dark soy sauce for the color, which is optional. If you'd like to know how the caramel is made, then have a quick look at my flan recipe where I'm making it. Simply add some water to the caramel in the end, just enough to keep the caramel in a gooey liquid state, and you'll have your food coloring caramel. I use 2 tablespoons of the caramel sauce in this recipe. First, we're peeling and chopping our garlic. Then we want to rinse the meat under running water. After that, we're cutting it into dices of 3 to 4 cm length, 1.5 to 2 cm width, and about 5 to 6 cm height. Add the sugar, garlic, fish sauce, caramel and meat into a pot and give it a quick stir to combine. Set the stove on medium and cover your pot until the liquid starts to bubble and until the meat starts to give off its juice. Take off the lid and continue to cook over medium heat until the meat is done. Then add about 1.8 liters of water, or as much as you need to cover all of the meat. Turn the heat down to medium-low, put the lid onto the pot and let it simmer for another 60 minutes. Skim off the foam every now and then to receive a clearer broth in the end. When the liquid has reduced to 2/3 of the meat's height, the braised meat is ready to be served. Bon appétit! This recipe goes back to my grandmother's days. She used to make the vegetable pickles and the braised meat during Lunar New Year. Lunar New Year is the time when family members gather no matter how far apart they live, and it's the happiest time for everyone, much like Christmas over here. My mother always tells me how much fun it was being at home, hanging out and playing with her siblings. During this time, everyone wants to spend quality time with their family and friends, so my grandmother made a big pot of braised pork and a lot of pickled veggies, which would last for a couple of days, while she and my grandpa went out to meet their friends and to give them their best New Year's wishes. And while many Vietnamese enjoy this set menu on New Year's Eve, it doesn't mean it can't be enjoyed during the rest of the year too. The original recipe actually calls for coconut juice, which would help clear up the broth and make it even more tasty, but I'm skipping that this time for a simpler and healthier recipe. I'm sure this effortless recipe and this dish's splendid taste will be popular with everyone, so I hope you'll enjoy, take a picture of it, and show it to me via Instagram or Twitter. Don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I hope to see you next Friday again with another new recipe. Until then, bye!